Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Charmaine. We're going to get started and let's see what's going on. What soul lesson are you working through right now? What energy update do you need? Go ahead and pull a card. We just have come through the Capricorn full moon. So whenever you see this reading, it's relevant. If you're not seeing it at the time of the Capricorn full moon, that is fine. That energy is usually a few days before and a few days after on a full moon or new moon. So, and if you're outside that window, just take the message of the themes, however it might be relating in your chart to you. All right, mending. So it's a lesson we're working through, mending. Got some forgiveness work to do here. Capricorn full moon. So Capricorn is interesting because in the tarot, it's represented by the Devil card. And so that has a lot to do. Sometimes we think about the toxic relationships and connections and people in our life. But nothing outside of ourselves can happen unless it's inside. And this is not a message that we would intentionally choose to be in unhealthy connections. But there is some lesson for us on the inside to work through that is being reflected outside of ourselves. And so the Capricorn energy is a lot about building. But when I talk about it in the tarot, represented by the Devil card, it's also the things that we have attached our power to that need breaking apart, that we need to set ourselves free from, so we really can build the life of our dreams. And so here we've got two little fairies working together, taking guidance, right? Looking up above, getting guidance from spirit, right? Your ancestors, your angels on, where you go next. What is it that you need to build the next? And mending your connection with your soul, trusting your soul, trusting yourself, and having cleared some pretty unhealthy patterns. So again, regardless of when you're seeing this, the energy right now around this reading has been, you should have gone through a series of tests, and they've been small tests. Maybe people that found their way into your path. I wouldn't say these are long-term connections. It might have just been interactions that had shown up in your life over the last week or two, maybe, I'd say over the last couple of weeks, where you really have had to ask yourself, what's going on here? And really challenge yourself to make decisions in ways, let's see, I see the moon on the bottom, in ways that are new or different. Going inside, the moon lights up what we don't normally see in when the moon isn't full, right? We go outside when the moon is full. It is like a flash, like the sun, right? Because that's what it's reflecting, the sun at nighttime. And internally too, seeing some of our darker fears and understanding how to navigate in the dark and how to really see what those fears are in daylight, so to speak. Not totally in daylight, but bringing light to those aspects of yourself. And so really doing that healing work so that you can build the life of your dreams and stop sabotaging yourself. Whether you're sabotaging yourself by choosing relationships, friendships, jobs that continue to rob you of your energy, and like, why do I keep doing this? Why do these? And it's great if you're actually asking yourself the question, why am I doing this? But if you're asking this question, what is wrong with them? Or why does this keep happening to me instead of for you? Why does this happen for me? you're further along. Excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold from last week. So if you saw last week's videos, I was I was still working through it, but this week doing a lot better. Um, but it's not everything in our lives is here. I come from the assumption we're here for lessons, we're here for growth. We're not really here for life, for existence itself, to be physically incarnated, to accumulate stuff, or figure out how to be human. I mean, there is a component of that in blending that with the spiritual self, um, which is what our essence is the soul. But our physical existence alone is not why we're here. We are here to grow and develop through a human experience. I say all of that in that we want to expand. We want to expand our power, our understanding of who we are, and to be faced with certain kinds of challenges. We have to do that. Anything that gets stronger cannot do that in isolation. It must do that in connection with other situations, other people. You need stress. You need stress put on the body, on the mind, in order to really know that you can overcome, that you are, to know who you are. Otherwise, you will potentially become trapped like that devil, right? Encaged by your fears that need to be confronted, need to be looked at. And so I would expect over the last couple of weeks, you've had some situations you really weren't sure what the right direction was because you haven't had to navigate so much, but you've become really sure about who you are and what is and isn't okay for you and what feels right to you. It's really moving more into your intuition. That's what the moon does. It takes us inside. The sun is still in Cancer. Cancer is a lot about our feelings and our emotions. And so really mending our heart, learning how to listen to ourselves, know the difference between who we are, the voices inside, and the ones that were, what messages belong to the collective or other people that aren't really true for us. And so really healing and doing a lot of that mending work, taking in that guidance, and you're still practicing it. So you've done a great job and you are still working on it. So that is where we are today. That's why this message is coming through. So it's a good job mending, good job healing, but you're still stitching something back together. 9 of Cups. It's beautiful energy. Going right along here with that mending is thinking about, what do you want? What makes you happy? What brings you satisfaction? So also healing your right to define that for yourself. So that is beautiful. You're showing King of Cups in front of you, High Priestess. Behind you, the Page of Pentacles, Challenge, the Wheel, Support, Ace of Wands, gorgeous energy. And to align with your highest self and version, the Star. Okay, huge. I say huge. Tarot is split between the major and minor arcana or secrets. And when you see, let's see, I've got, sort of in this main spread, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus the 9 of Cups. That's 7 cards, and 3 of them are major and big major cards here. I've got the High Priestess, which tells us we're learning how to really lean into your intuition, okay? Knowing what is your truth. It has taken you a long time to get here, and this 9, right, that 9 of Cups is what makes your heart sing, what makes you happy. And 9s are ends of cycles. So there's a shift and a change to what that's going to be, because now you're being guided. You're working in tandem with your soul, with your higher self, with spirit, with your guides and ancestors who are showing you the path forward. To integrate this, you need to embody this star energy. And that's coming from a healed place, right? And she's naked. She doesn't have on all that pretense. That is what you've spent a lot of time mending and healing, is being authentic in your truth. And learning that you can tell people, no, I'm sorry, I can't show up for you the way you need me to, because I have to show up for me the way I need to for myself. And that doesn't mean I don't care about you, but I also have to be responsible to myself. It means asking questions. Can you tell me a little bit more? I don't understand how or why you're proposing an offer. So I recently was looking to rent a new place, and there was one landlord in particular who kept courting me, if you will. And it was very unusual because I'm looking in a market where it's really ridiculously hard, because it's a college town, and it's school. It's the beginning of school time, so a lot of places are going quickly. And I have a very restricted budget I'm working within, so it kind of leaves me in a place where a lot of people are navigating within that same budget. So there's a lot of competition. So it's very unusual that this particular landlord kept reaching out to me and wanted me to rent from this person, to the point where they removed certain conditions. Like, I have pets, and so they're like, oh, I want to charge you pet rent. And then I got very sick, so I couldn't continue with that conversation. And the person, but then when I got well, I said, well, I'll be in the area if you're still, and they were continuing to chase. They had other people, but they wanted me in particular. And that was a red flag. Now, I don't know that I would have always recognized that in the past as a red flag, because I might have said, wow, I'm just really super lucky, or this person really wants my attention. And it is true. They do. They did want my attention. But there was something about it that was wrong. Like, it was just totally wrong for the context. Like, why would you pursue me? And the explanation was, oh, you're the kind of tenant I would like to have. I can see, you're exactly what I'm looking for. This kind of language. But what is so special about me? And I think in the past I would have just eaten that up. I know I would have. Oh, I'm so special. And it wouldn't have to be a landlord tenant. It could be a partner, someone who I just meet, and they're just love bombing me to death, right? You're wonderful. I want to spend all my time with you. And never asking the question of, like, is this following some type of normal tempo? It's just so intense. I want you, I want you, I want you. And then what happens when you get me? Are you still sticking around? Do I have the same negotiation and bargaining power? Have I even taken the time to get to know you? And wanting to move things so fast, so quickly. Like, let's go now. And so I jump. Yeah, it's great. It must be special. They want me. I've done that with jobs. Oh, I can think of one in particular where I just moved so quick. And sometimes I moved quick because I also wanted certainty. Like, as soon as I could get this done, then check, the job is there, the house is there, the relationship is there, but not taking that time to sit and ask myself, this King of Cups energy is very, He's able to be in the water in his emotions. Masculine energy is how we project into the world, but still sitting in a very stable place, not treading water or um, getting lost, but being very focused and having that emotional control. I know some people don't see King of Cups that way, but I do in this reading. I definitely see the ability to ride the waves and still be in your masculine energy and not and that is to take action instead of drowning in your feelings and sort of being lost in that Queen of Cups energy, where that very feminine, deeply feeling and emotional, and then we drop back in there and we lose that rational aspect that we don't discover later when we're trying to figure out. Then we've got all our mental energy like, oh my gosh, what have I agreed to, and now how do I deal with this? So really having done that learning and growth, healing those parts of self that have yanked you into those decisions, and changing what it is you want. And what you want has to do with you, not what other people would say you should want. Like here, the star is being authentic, is being open, is letting my intuition guide me, my feelings guide me, but not drowning in them, and letting my light shine. So that's your message for today, is to keep shining your light, to keep moving forward. The energy coming in to support you is Ace of Wands. This is your magic wand. This is fire energy. You're ready to take some action that you have wanted to take. You're going to begin seeing a lot of forward movement. I know we're coming up on that Leo new moon, so that's really when that's going to hit. I think that's maybe the 24th of July. But you are positioned now, and you're going to be able to align with your soul to take action in the direction of your dreams. Your challenge is this wheel, right? This is the obstacle. And that is to change. You'll have to do things the way you did before. And you're guided, you're guided to be okay without showing up the way you used to show up. Being okay to say no. Being okay to say not right now. Being okay to say, I need a minute to think about this. Let me get back to you. Being okay to change your mind, because it's not right for you. And finally, realizing you're responsible for you first, because no one else is going to do that for you. You have to be your number one advocate. That would be my recommendation, to choose yourself. And I know in relationships and connections of all sorts, family, friends, lovers, children, jobs, we have a lot of obligations to other people, but they never supersede our obligation to ourselves. And when you do that, the blessings are going to be shining down on you. And so this message is to remind yourself, you've done a lot of good healing work, mending how you are in relationship, how you show up so you can have healthier relationships. But you can do that only by being authentic, and you cannot be authentic if you're not willing to be honest and ask for what you need. No, that's not the right word. And I don't know, what's the word? It's not ask, that's permission. You don't need permission. You have to assert what you need. Yeah, I guess that's what this one is. You have to assert your needs from a very authentic place to shine your light. So keep shining your light. You are changing. It is going to feel uncomfortable because it's new. Be in your emotions. Don't drown in them. Have your feelings. But the most important feeling that you're following for the actions that you're taking next is in your soul, in your intuition. So your next steps is to keep shining your light, but you must do so from an authentic place. You know what that is now. Don't fall back and go on another round of the same lessons, because if you don't choose to move in this direction, this is a soul lesson. If you don't choose something new, a new pattern of a new goal of happiness, then you will repeat these lessons. That's going to come back around, meaning you're going to attract in those same energies that you just went on, sort of the wheel with. And you don't want to do that. The rest of that story is I didn't rent from that person. There was just so many signs, and one minute it would be like, oh, I'm not going to charge you this, and then, oh, maybe oh wait, no, I said I wasn't going to. There was just it was an easier lesson, and I'm sure on my next rotation up on this, it won't be quite so transparent. I mean, he wasn't. It wasn't as transparent as it now is to me, having gone through it. But we continue to have these lessons to be strong in understanding who we are and what's good for us. So we can do the work. All right, going back to that Capricorn, your North Node and mission. That's what you come here. You have a mission and purpose while you incarnate in this soul edition of you. So you can do the work that you're here for. All right. Well, I hope this was a helpful reading, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.